So are you ready to buy Survivor Series this Sunday? What? You're not? Well, that's okay. I'm not gonna either. Wrestling review for Monday Night Raw, episode November 18th, 2013. And this review is a little late. I apologize. My work schedule for the past 2 weeks has just been insane. I am getting my ass kicked up and down all day long, working extra, coming in early, staying late, so it's just been fucking crazy. But I'm going to try to get through this review as quick as I can and give you my thoughts, my opinions on what happened on Raw. Here we go. So Triple H and Stephanie opened the show, and they pretty much guarantee that Vicky Guerrero and Brad Maddox will be on this show at some point, and it didn't take fucking long for them to get out there and do this, I don't know, oh, it's your fault, no, it's his fault, oh, who gives a fucking shit? The only good thing that came out of this segment was Randy Orton coming out. He was energetic on the mic. He was blaming Triple H and Stephanie for letting him get his ass handed to him last week, for not making a clear determination who's in charge. I don't know. It didn't make fucking sense. But the way he said it, you know, the energy behind his words was fun. So Triple H, he throws Brad Maddox in a match with Randy Orton. They have it right away. I thought it was hilarious. Brad Maddox nailing Orton with the mic and then DDT and somehow getting an upper hand on Orton. But then Orton whipped his ass. And I believe the ref called the match from Orton hitting Brad Maddox in the head with the microphone punches. I don't know. I almost came down with a case of epilepsy watching the camera work during the mic bashing moment, because it was just zooming in and out and shaking up and down. What the fuck? So I liked this match. I thought it was funny at first, and it was pretty entertaining. I liked Randy Orton. I don't understand why Triple H and Stephanie have to kind of flip-flop in their roles. You know, one week they're heels and the next week they're faces. Or on one episode of Raw, in the first hour, they could be faces, and then at the end of the show, they're heels. I don't fucking understand. It's like Triple H is just trying to be everything to everybody because he's just got this super ego and this general assholery about him, in my opinion. Alright, so up next we had Big E Langston versus Curtis Axel, Intercontinental title match that was supposed to happen, I think, at the last pay-per-view, but didn't because of Curtis Axel's injury. So they had it here on Raw. It was a good match. I liked it. Ending was great. Big E Langston beat Curtis Axel clean with his finisher. New Intercontinental Champion. I have to say, I figured he was going to beat Axel for the belt at some point. I didn't think it was going to happen in the first match that they had with each other. I thought Axel would beat him 1 or 2 times, and then Langston would win eventually, but not in the very first match. So that was surprising. Up next, we had some sort of Divas musical chairs thing. I'm not even going to talk about it. Now, here's something we can talk about. Big Show versus Ryback. Wow. I think the best word to describe this match is fucking amateur. This match looked so fucking weak, it was ridiculous. The moves were sloppy, some of them were botchy, but the biggest thing, man, was there was one point when Ryback was prepping for his meat hook clothesline, and the camera was zoomed in on his face, and you could see plain as day him looking over to the ref and asking him, is he ready? Is he ready? Or something to that effect, to see if the Big Show was ready to stand up and take the spot. I mean, what the hell? That is so amateurish. You couldn't at least cut away to a different angle so you didn't have to see that? And then after that, you could clearly see again, Big Show grabbed Ryback at one point to go for a choke slam. And you could see it and you could hear Big Show telling Ryback to go for his leg, like, during the choke slam, so that he could counter out of it. I mean, what the fuck? It's so fucking amateurish. And I mean, Ryback, he did hit the shell shocked on Big Show. That was impressive to see. But then Show, he eventually won with the weapon of mass destruction, or just punch, as I like to call it. And then you have Orton coming out after the match. He takes a spear from the Big Show when he tries to attack the Big Show, and then he runs off into the back all angry and disappointed. Alright, so after that we had The Miz and Kofi Kingston versus Jack Swagger and Antonio Cesaro. And nothing much really happened during this match. It was just at the end we finally get a Miz heel turn. Hooray! When Miz was a heel before, I thought he was so much more entertaining than when he was a face. So hopefully he can get back to that because I have hated him a lot lately. After that, we had some extended Vicky Guerrero comedy gold. Oh man, this shit was so funny. I don't even have to talk about it. After that, we got Dolph Ziggler versus Damien Sandow in a Broadway brawl. This match, visually, I enjoyed it. Let's talk about the audio. And by audio, I mean the commentary. The commentary in this match was just fucking terrible. There were so many musical puns and references. I swear they had this match for the sole purpose just to talk about country music and just to see how many musical references they could throw in one fucking match. Oh, it was so bad. I mean, half the fucking match you had Cole going, "The Who? Can't we at least bring it into this decade?" And shit like that. And JBL just screaming shit that, it was so fucking terrible, man. So this match was fun to watch, but my ears were just being raped, man. Okay, up next we had John Cena. He comes out and, he screams into the mic a lot, and I don't give a shit about anything he's saying. So then Del Rio comes out and Cena gets the burial started early. Who really fucking cares? After that, we had the three-man band versus R-Truth and new guy Xavier Woods. Unfortunately for Xavier, I don't really care about R-Truth, and I damn sure don't give a shit about the three-man band, so I didn't really pay too much attention to this match. I mean, Xavier looked like he had a lot of energy. I loved his, the ending where he screams out, "It's morphin' time." I mean, that was just quirky and funny. I like that. But I need to see him do something else besides tag with R-Truth and fight the three-man band before I can pay attention, because that doesn't do it for me. Alright, so off and on throughout the night, they had lots of stuff going on with Randy Orton. He wasn't getting his backup from the Shield, and Triple H and Stephanie weren't backing him either. And they're questioning his ability to get the job done or something. And then Triple H comes back and says he's going to go against the Big Show alone this Sunday at the pay-per-view with no help, no interference. I mean, I like seeing Orton all fired up, standing up to Triple H, just bringing a lot of energy to the table and acting like there might be some possible revolt there. But the problem is they kind of already done this already back with Daniel Bryan a few pay-per-views ago. And then Triple H and Stephanie wound up going with Orton in the end anyway, and Triple H just keeps shuffling back and forth from heel to face. It's so hard to fucking follow that I'm giving up. I don't care. I really don't. But I can tell you that these guys, they can't be so fucking stupid as to make Big Show their champion on Sunday. They're not going to do that. So up next we had a musical performance by, I don't even know what the name of the band was. Country music isn't really my thing, so I just kind of walked away when this happened. If you guys love it, that's great. But it's not really for me. So after that, we had the main event. Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, The Usos, Cody Rhodes, and Goldust versus The Shield and the Wyatts. This was a great main event. It was long, it was energetic, it was fun to watch, and I enjoyed it. But the big problem is, why was this not at Survivor Series? I mean, I thought for sure after the ending of the last week that this was going to be like one of the main events at Survivor Series, but instead, you're getting it for free, the Raw before the pay-per-view, which is fine. I'll watch it for free, but I feel like WWE missed out on a chance to make a little bit of money there by not having that at the pay-per-view. But anyway, the match was fun. They saved Daniel Bryan and CM Punk for the latter part of the match. And when Daniel Bryan did finally get tagged in, and Punk too, the place blew up for each of them. There was a really cool running sit-down powerbomb from Luke Harper to Daniel Bryan at one point. It looked very impressive. And then at the end of the match, we had everybody hitting all their big spots. Roman Reigns took the crossroads like a champ at one point. That was pretty cool. And then Punk ended up getting the victory over Dean Ambrose, I believe. He hit him with the GTS and got the pin. Liked the match. Then afterwards, the heels started ganking up on the faces. And then you had, I think it was just CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. Everybody was beating up on them. And the rest of the guys were just like laying outside of the ring or something. I don't know what's going on there. Then you had Rey Mysterio come back in the most random return ever. And he helped beat down the Shield and the Wyatts and clear the ring. And then you had the faces, all of them now, standing tall in the ring, the heels backing down outside the ring as the show went off the air. So overall, I'm going to go ahead and give this episode of Raw a C. I definitely thought it was better than last week. The main event was fun. It was a good match, and I really liked the Sandow-Ziggler minus the fucking commentary, which was horrible. And I liked the Big E Langston-Curtis Axel match. But here's the problem, is that as far as their main event storylines go, I do not care. I do not fucking care. I mean, I can't recall a time recently, I mean, maybe when John Cena was taking on Ryback, but other than that, I can't think of a time where I've cared less about the main event angles, and I'm talking like all of them. John Cena versus Alberto Del Rio, get that fucking shit out of here. And Big Show versus Randy Orton. I mean, Randy Orton's good as a heel, but he's got to have a good face to go against, and Big Show is not the right choice. I don't know how they came to this fucking decision. And Triple H and Stephanie just dominating everybody. I am so done with that. I can't handle Triple H just flip-flopping back and forth as much as he does. I'm over it. You know, I'm just tired of it. Alright, JB Squared 61279 with a wrestling review. I'm going to try to get a pay-per-view preview video up, predictions video up later this week. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but I'm going to try. So I will see you guys either then or next week.